If your report looks like this, you might be losing trust without even realizing it. The difference between this report isn't DAX, it isn't even data modeling, it is design details that make a big difference. In this video, I'm going to share 3 such tweaks that you can do, which are simple and will instantly give more credit to your report without doing a lot.
So here's that original report page, and here is that cleaner version. So first tip that I would like to share is don't be afraid to put in less. On this page, we have 20 different items, and that is just too much when you're telling a story that needs to be instantly recognizable. So first thing you do is always look for things that you can remove. It doesn't, for instance, matter if we have completed tasks or future tasks or on-track tasks. Normally, in these types of meetings or in these types of analysis of a report or how the progress is in our projects, we're more interested in late tasks or overdue tasks even. So instead of taking all that information in, I would assume we were only interested in late tasks, overdue tasks, and the amount of projects that we have in total. That also is a duplicate here, the task status. The task status states exactly the same information, so we can just remove that. Now the project manager is interesting, and maybe we want to focus on a specific project as well. So we'll keep these. But then there is this section here, the effort completed, effort remaining together is already all effort. So let's remove that as well. And because we have 2 values and we already have a couple of these donut charts, it might even make sense to, instead of having these 2 cards here, make one visual for that. And that could be a donut chart. A very simple donut chart with just 2 values. That is what a donut chart excels at, right? Or a pie chart. Let's make a pie chart for now. So let me see where I get this information. It's resource assignments. So let's get those resource assignments. Effort completed, effort remaining. Now with one visual, I have eliminated one additional visual that can do exactly the same and show exactly the same, but a lot faster. And then there's this big chunk of nothing but one value. Let's remove that altogether. So the effort remaining is clean, but it might need some more information. I can look at the detail labels and I can start adding maybe the data value itself, which is interesting. And if I hover over, I even get percentages. That tells a story way better than those 3 cards that you had in the beginning. And it's much cleaner. Now, tasks and project. Now, task by project and bucket is a bit of a mess. And this is a small environment. So this would turn into a wheel where you cannot see any individual values. This one drops off, for instance. So rather than having a pie chart here, I would assume you would go for a cluster bar chart, which has the ability to showcase all values instead of just a few. Now we can align them here. Now this already looks a lot cleaner. On to my next tip. It is currently still a mess where things are exactly. We have overlap, we have things moving across. And what I would like to emphasize here is that you should always try to snap to grid. If we snap to grid, we can see that it instantly aligns better with other elements. And I can even visualize that grid to make it easier for me to find nice places to put the values. Let me also remove this. Then as soon as I have something closer, now as soon as I have something of a better alignment, which I can also use the format align and then distribute horizontally to have a quick alignment, I can easily see that this is a better visualization already. So the third thing that I wanted to share with you is the ability to show a nice border around each of these elements. Now for that to actually show up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the background of this page. I'm going to go to wallpaper and I'm going to give it a slight hue so that we have something to show as a background. So what I would like to show you is to change the border and background of that visual. So I'll turn this on and I'll set transparency to 20 by typing, because that's faster, and I will have a visual border. Now you can have that as a hard border with a rigorous line, but what we tend to see nowadays is softer edges. So you can explore that by going into Effects, Visual Border, and let's have a white background for the border. And let's have a rounded edges of maybe 10. And you can experiment with that yourself as well. This looks better already. Let me do that for the others as well. I'll be right back. Now with these borders, what you can see is that it might look better if we align that to the border that we have here. So we select all three, go to the format, go to the alignment, and align the bottom so that we have everything aligned quite nicely. Now, one last thing that I wanted to show you is the ability to use templates. Templates are awesome because you can change your whole look and feel of the visuals in one go. So on the view, you have themes here. You have these themes and you can build templates specifically for your organization as well. But you can also try out the default already available ones for you designed by Microsoft. So we could look at Storm, for instance, which already looks pretty clean, or go exotic with this lovely swirl in here. Now, because that theme goes across all of the pages, you have a consistency in your reporting as a whole. So it makes sense to have a template. I might do a follow-up video on building a template specifically for Power BI. If you're interested in that, leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Post-editing Eric here. I cannot take full credit for this video because this is a video that I did based on an article done by my colleague Nick. Nick will return in a later video, spoiler alert there, but if you want to read the article in detail, there's a link down below.